holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Stafford going to throw from the outset.
And incomplete to open things up.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
18 yards, first down Niners.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
The Niners had 8-6 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. That ain't going to be tough to beat this one.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
Libra, you ready?
Back to throw, Stafford.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Libra. Monday. Libra.
Stafford.
Finds Pickens outright.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 3.
Now it's Stafford. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matthew Stafford. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. This defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Watson on 3rd down. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Up the middle, Jones.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, Watson looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
After the interception, here's Stafford.
Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fan. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Omaha, ready, move. Go.
Now Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Wasn't it fun in pregame standing downstairs and watching Matthew Stafford throw the football? I mean, that bad boy just whistled.
He can just rock it.
It just whistled by us, didn't it? But what is the one knock on him? Accuracy.
Yeah.
And that's what we just saw there, an incompletion on that throw downfield.
10.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford being chipped. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Ready. Ready. In the middle. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Here's a give to Jones running left. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did. 10-0 to score after one on EA. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Watson. Here's Johnson with a reception. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. First target, first catch, and a first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now it's Watson. Johnson's got it complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
A shotgun snap for Watson.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
And this a quick slant to Lockett.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
On 4th down, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Christian Kirk. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Well, From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An inside give to Jones. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, here's Jones. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
They'll send Parker in motion right. Watson off play action.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Tyler Lockett from 17 yards out.
And the Commanders have moved out in front.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
From the 29, Stafford going right back to Fant. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Stafford. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you gotta like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they take it over, we step aside. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Here's Watson. He gets this one to Johnson.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Watson on first down.
Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26.
Faking the give. Now Watson.
And one more time, here's Kirk.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16. And another first down. To the air yet again. Watson. This is caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Second down and goal. Watson.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
49ers 10. Cairo Santos has the kickoff.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Stafford's throw into the hands of Fan.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. And this is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Joe Mixon. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Niners take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Flushed out right. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again.
He'll fire one downfield for Fant. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the gun, here's Watson. And this one is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And he's taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10.
21.
Inside handoff to Mixon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Tucker's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this 3rd quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Nick Bolton.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 24 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now Jones.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 70. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. This is the tight end Fant, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant. Gets across midfield to the 48. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Stafford. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Again, it's Stafford. Finds Pickens out right. He'll get it inside the 20. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
Now Stafford.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
George Pickens, his intended receiver there. But it'll be 2nd and goal. From the gun to give to Mixon. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Joe Mixon with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Watson. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And able to find Kirk complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. This is caught. It's Kirk.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Micah Parsons.
He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're good. And now look at him go. The 30. 10. Touchdown, 49ers.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert. Probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let it just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
3rd and 2, Watson. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. This complete to Lockett.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Watson to throw. Trying for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Here's Watson.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw there into the hands of Ross.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
But how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
53, ready.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Mixing up the middle. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The slot man in motion right. One last throw here for Watson. This to possibly force OT. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. A fun, close ball